Hey all, it's Dan, back with another video. Name of my channel is Numerical Lion. And I just got through with a Zoom call with the board of the radio station that I volunteer at, Brattleboro Community Radio, WVEW. Recently, my last show, I played a clip from the guy from the Crow House, I think, and there were quite a few expletives on it. And so the board, trying to protect the FCC license, which they hold, did their due diligence and, gave me an email saying that seems like there was profanity on your show and held a meeting, but I wasn't able to attend the meeting. I was working and I asked for another meeting. So I got that meeting today and I got a chance to tell my side of the story where I wasn't really aware of the expletives, even though I don't really think it's a big deal. But obviously, the FCC can come down on a radio station for anything, really. All they need is a complaint. And I did mention that all you need is a complaint. And they can fine the station. And if it continues, they can take their license. They can shut down the station. So this was a very serious thing. And I did admit that I messed up, but I want to look at the numbers involved. Today's May 31st, a day with 36 numerology. The name of my program is called Buttermilk, and Buttermilk equals 36. So it's interesting that there should be a resolution on this day. So let's get to the decode here. So here's the email I got. So it says, "Hi Dan, I received a report of numerous instances of profanity on your show tonight. Can you confirm whether you are aware of the language in question? We interfere as little as possible with the content of shows, except when it relates to matters that jeopardize the station's broadcasting license. The language from our bylaws is below." So FCC guidance on obscene, indecent, and profane language can be found here. So his name is Daniel, which is funny because my name is Dan or Daniel. I gotta play. I think I have it somewhere. Let's see, where is it? See my. All right, here it is.
Fucking hell, mate, you're an embarrassment. You're a fucking embarrassment. This whole government is a fucking embarrassment. Brendan Murphy is a fucking embarrassment. ScoMo's an embarrassment. And you, Minister of Health, Greg Hunt, who's now giving advice to doctors on whether we should vaccinate, grow the fuck up. Sorry, folks, but I tell you, these people get my blood up. They fucking get my blood up. You're not a doctor, Mr. Hunt. You don't know shit about medicine, obviously, because of the cures that your government is prescribing for this non-existent virus.
So that was a clip of the show, or the most egregious examples of profanity. During the course of the Zoom call that I just had, his name, Daniel, the president of the board, said there were over 25 or 26 instances of an expletive. And it's interesting because my DJ name is Pockets, which equals 26. So I thought that was interesting. So let's look at more of these numerical coincidences here. WVEW equals 73. And that's interesting because this decision came down on a day with 73 numerology. And the board equals 73. The body that governs the radio station. And the meeting they had went from 5:30 to 7:30, or 73 that they had that I could not attend. Brattleboro Community Radio equals 367, which is a prime number. And also the first email to me, this is the first part of it. I received a report of numerous instances of profanity on your show tonight. That was 367, just like Brattleboro Community Radio. And 367 is the 73rd prime, like on a day with 73 numerology. Like the meeting ended at 7:30, the board 73, WVW 73. And this happened on the 149th day of the year. And from my birthday to the radio show in question was 149 days. And 149, a prime number to the 35th prime. And WVW equals 35. And my show was broadcasted on a day with 35 numerology. How interesting. So the title of the email is Profanity on Tonight's Show equals 330. And it was sent on this day, a day with 33 numerology. So from my birthday to the decision that they made, it's 151 days. And that's interesting because Brattleboro Community Radio also equals 151. 151, the 36th prime. I mentioned before about my show name is Buttermilk equals 36. And if you look at my name, I mean my show name, Buttermilk 117 and 36. And, two Daniels are involved. 117 and 36, just like my show, just like the president of the WVW board. His full name is Daniel Quip, equals 124. And he said this in the email, I would expect better from you, 124. How appropriate that he should say that. So in the beginning he says, numerous instances of profanity on your show tonight. Numerous instances equals 263. And that's interesting because it's a prime number, the 56th prime. And Daniel Quip equals 56 on a time of coronavirus, equaling 56. And even his last name equals 56. So this is what I called the show when I uploaded it. Contact tracing, Crow's House, coronavirus, etc. equals 506. Kind of like 56. And here's my punishment. Please have your show ready 24 hours in advance to allow the board to check whether it's suitable for broadcast. And in the Zoom meeting that we just had, I was like, well, what do you mean by suitable? And they meant no profanity. And it's like, well, let's clear that up. Because he's like, I don't agree with what you're putting out there, but, free speech. Glad he said that. So 509 is the 97th prime number. And that's interesting because the station was founded on first air date was September 1st, 2006. And that was 97 days. From this decision to the anniversary of the station, which will be the 14th anniversary, is 97 days from this announcement. Pretty interesting, right? And they're saying they don't even want to do this. They don't even want to, but they need to. So 97, the reflection of 79. Quip equals 79. His last name. Radio 47. And that's interesting because profanity is also 47. Radio and profanity go together. Brattleboro Community Radio 119. Also Brattleboro 47. And profanity is also 119. So profanity and Brattleboro Community Radio goes hand in hand. So the Federal Communications Commission, or the FCC, is equals 349. That's interesting. It also equals 169. And 349 is the 70th prime number. And that's interesting because this happened in Brattleboro, 169 and 70. Federal Communications, 169 and 349, the 70th prime. So the Article 7 programming equals 239. Article 7 in the bylaws, 239, the 52nd prime. And profanity equals 52. And that's where they talk about profanity. So here's the section in the FCC. I went to the link. Profane content includes grossly offensive language that is considered a public nuisance. Profane content equals 166 and 68. And programming 68 and 166. Kind of like profane content. So just another interesting coincidence of numbers. Makes me wonder about this code more and more. You know, they call this the organic side, but it matches up pretty nicely. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And I'll talk to you later, everybody. Have a great rest of your day or evening or whatever it is that you're doing. Much love.